Hello, everybody. Hi. So, I just want to talk about something, okay? Because I grew up in a whole different generation. You know, and I've always worked hard for anything in life that I wanted, and so I get a little bit perplexed by by everybody nowadays thinking that the world owes them everything. They've got this undeserved sense of entitlement that I myself cannot grasp. I would never expect anybody in this world to support me in any way, shape, or form. You know, I mean, again, different generation, right here. I was born in, well, I was born, let's just say I was born during flower power, okay? And so, you know, I've always worked hard for everything I wanted, and that's just the way I thought the world worked, you know, but I actually got yelled at today because somebody wanted a cigarette, and, you know, I only had very little tobacco left. I smoke my own roll-your-owns. That's what I prefer. I don't like filters, you know. And they asked me for a cigarette. Well, I only had at the time, I hadn't gone to the tobacco store. I only had a little bit. And I was honest. I said, well, I do have tobacco and papers, but I'm so low, I have to save it for myself. Which, if somebody told me that, I'd be really cool with that. Well, first of all, I would never ask anyone for a cigarette. It's nobody else's responsibility to support my habit but me, okay? But when I told him I did, but I have to save it for myself, the next thing I knew, the person started screaming and yelling at me, calling me every name in the book, you know? And I'm a very patient, mellow person. I don't get easy. I don't get mad very easily. So I just kind of stood there and let them, you know, scream out their tirade. And when they were done, I was like, are you done? Are you sure you're done? And then I just said, well, here's what I think. I think if you can't support your own habits, then you shouldn't be smoking. And why would you think it's up to society to support your cigarettes? I mean, where does that train of thought come from? I don't know. But yeah, it was just such a weird experience, you know, getting screamed and yelled at by a complete stranger because I didn't give them something for free, you know. Oh, I have this friend, okay? I have this friend, and his name is Ben. Ben. And he just, like, he's one of those guys that he's in his 30s, okay, early 30s. And he's one of those guys that are still literally living in mommy and daddy's house, not paying rent, you know, expecting all of his friends. This is what really bothers me. He's always saying, I want help. I need help. Why won't my friends help me? And I told him, honey, it's not help you need. What you want is a free handout. Big difference from help. Big difference. Don't use that word help, because you just want a free handout. And it's nobody, and I tell him the same thing. It's nobody else's responsibility but your own. You know, so I don't understand where this comes from, and it just makes me really uncomfortable, you know? And I'm not a mean person. I'm so nice to everyone. I'm one of those people that just love making people laugh. I love it. There's nothing that makes me feel the most happiest in this world than knowing I put a smile on someone's face or I made them laugh. You know, I'm just one of those happy people, you know. Earlier, I was listening to music on the corner to get to my house, waiting for the light to change, so I decided to dance while I was listening to my music. And the next thing I knew, like, all these cars were honking at me and they all had smiles on their faces. My God, that just made my day. That made my day. I love that, you know. And I just want everyone to be happy and be okay with each other. I want everyone to respect other people's opinions. Like, I know opinions are neither right nor wrong. They just are. They just are. You know, and I've always been a big believer that people got the right to think whatever they want. You know, who am I to tell them what to say, what to wear, how to live their lives? Do that, you know. I'm a happy person, and I'll tell you what, life is great. Life is awesome. I love it. You know, I just love it. So, I don't know, I just wanted to talk and see, you know, where this train of thought comes from. What exactly happened in their lives? At what point in their lives that they started thinking this way? That they started thinking, oh, the world owes me, you know, which the world doesn't. You know, as a matter of fact, you know, since you were given life, I think you owe, you know, I just try to live my life happy. You know, I love life, you know. I love being alive. I love learning. Oh my God. I love experiencing new experience. Oh my God. I'm just with my words today. Okay, I'm so sorry. So let's get back to where exactly in their life did they think that the world owed them? And then again, why do they think it's all right to be able to scream and yell at complete strangers and call them names? Like, I would never do that, you know? And the only time I would call people names is if they just kept going on for like a long time. I turn the other cheek so frequently. You know, I'm one of those people, I don't want to fight nobody. I'd rather sit down and talk about what's going on instead of using our fists. I don't like fighting. I don't like hurting people. I have been in a few fights in my life, and I was just appalled at myself. I was appalled at what I had done to these people's faces and how I really physically hurt them. I don't want to hurt nobody, you know? I actually love my fellow man. I love human beings. I just, you know, I just want us to be happy, and you know, if I had a magic wand, whoosh, I would just make everybody love each other. You know, but that's me. And I just want you to know that life is great. This world holds so many experiences that you can't experience all of them in a lifetime, you know? And you could read 100 books every single day of your life until the day you die. And you still have so much to learn, you know? And that's why I love learning. I just want to, you know, it just makes life easier to learn more about this world and people in it. I love reading. Oh God, I'm a bibliophile. I am such a bibliophile, big time. I love reading, you know, all the classics. And I love reading about everything. There is no specific subject that I like only to read about. I read about everything, you know? I'm not big on romance novels, though. I just, no thank you. Anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. I thought that was a really interesting story. I just, you know, it was just weird. Yeah, it was so weird. And so I'm going to let you go. Oh, my boyfriend left town the night before last. He went back to Washington, so I'm alone in my home again. Not really, because guess what? Let me see, where is she? I'm going to show you. I'm going to introduce you to my best friend. Please hold on just 1 second. Come here, boo-boos. This right here is Sputnik. Hi, boo-boo-doos. This is my kitty Sputnik. And I tell you what, she is just the most loving thing on this earth. Unconditional love she gives me. And I've had her for 13 years. She's my little girl. There she is. Can you look up at the camera? Look at those eyes. The reason I named her Sputnik was, do you remember when the Russians put their very first satellite into space? And literally, like, I think it was 4 months later, it came crashing down to Earth. Well, her name is Sputnik because that was the name of the satellite. And when she was a kitten, she looked like such an alien that I figured she must have crashed from outer space too. Sputnik! You know, she must have crashed down from outer space as well. That's my Sputnik. Okay, well, I'm going to let you go. And I just want everyone to know that even if you feel like you do not have a purpose on this earth, everybody, and I mean everybody, every single human being on this earth has a purpose. Now, they may not know what, oh my hair, they may not know what that purpose is, but I promise you, you do have a purpose. You know? Okay, I'm gonna let you go, and this is the longest video I've ever done. Thank you for all my subscribers. There's not many, but you know what? I like it that way. It just feels like this little cozy family, you know? All right, I'll talk to, oh, look at my new shirt. I got this from Dark and Twisted. Dark and Twisted horror, animated horror films. You gotta check him out on YouTube. I love him. I love him. And he's just great at what he does. So check him out, Dark and Twisted, YouTube. And I'm gonna leave with Hell to the Nah. Mwah. I'm sorry, I'm such a dork.